He got 81 million votes as surely as he came to the United States Senate 120 years ago. Joining us now with his reaction, RNC committee man David Bossie. David, he has to go back to November 3rd. If he wants to talk about November 3rd, we could talk to him for several hours or 4 years about November 3rd. But the poll numbers, he has no mandate to govern.
You're exactly right. He has no mandate whatsoever. This is a man who won, if he won, by 42,000 votes in 3 states. That's it. The Senate is literally tied 50-50, and they have a 3-vote majority in the House of Representatives. It is divided government. He has no mandate to do anything. He got elected. His lie, the big lie, was he told everybody he wanted unity, right? That's what he wanted. And what he's done is, after getting elected, he is shoving socialism down the throats of the American people who clearly don't want it. You know, you look at these numbers that you were just going over. You look at his disapproval rating across the board. I believe it's only 34% of the American people believe. 34% believe America's on the right track.
Right.
That is devastating, and that's why Terry McAuliffe doesn't want him anywhere near Virginia. And so it's a clarion call. Remember, folks, Joe Biden won Virginia by 10 points. 10 points. And I believe his approval rating is around 38% in Virginia today. This is a devastating drop, a precipitous drop, all because of 2 things. One, a left-wing, crazy socialist agenda that they are foisting on the American people that they are rejecting wholeheartedly. And 2, the incompetency and the crises that they are creating, the Biden crisis after crisis, crime crisis, the inflation crisis, the border crisis, the Afghanistan crisis. These are not things that he inherited from the former president.
Exactly.
These are crises that he created all by himself, and the American people recognize his incompetency, and quite honestly, they're sick of the lies.
Well, when you look at the margins, even when you go issue by issue, when you're talking Afghanistan, the border, we're talking about in the 60 percentile of how many people disapprove. Talk about an overwhelming majority, even among Democrats, like you're just saying, even in the governor's race, they don't approve of Biden. Do you think that we're going to see them not campaign as much during the midterms? Both Kamala Harris, they were already pulling her off the campaign trail. Now they're going to have to pull Biden off.
Well, I certainly, want them to be out there as much as possible, trying to foist this garbage on the American people. This will help us. The Republican Party has to be unified. We have to stand together to defeat this president in the midterms. And because we can end this disastrous presidency in November of next year with an overwhelming majority, we're going to take the House, and we have the potential in a very bad year in the sense of the Senate, the United States Senate map. We have the ability to take the majority there as well because of this disastrous administration and the disastrous policies. And their senators, their members of the House of Representatives don't want to vote on these things, and they're not going to want to have to go back and campaign on them.
Exactly. They know how radical it makes them appear. So much for Biden being the moderate. But we do have to give Biden credit. He got a huge crowd to show up in Michigan in support of him, although they were chanting a certain phrase even on a school bus, which should not be mentioned. Although Let's Go Brandon was trending on Twitter yesterday for anyone who might understand what that means. But Biden really does create a reaction among people. People really, they always acted like he was such a nice guy. You don't chant things like that if he's such a nice guy.
They don't like nice guys who have created 7-year high gas prices. They don't want nice guys who are making their food at the grocery store much more expensive for the goods and services that they have to provide for their families every single day. Inflation is out of control, and it's only going to get worse. And under this administration, under his disastrous economic policies. So the American people are fed up with him. And that's what they're saying to him is, you didn't win a majority. You might have won a big majority in California, but that's not America, right? California is one state. Just because you won it in a huge landslide doesn't mean you won nationally. So they lie. The mainstream media is part and parcel part of this administration. They cover it up. They don't cover actually what is going on and the facts to tell the American people they are doing a disservice to journalists like yourself and others who are trying to bring forward facts to the American people. And I'm tired of it. And we have to stand tall and fight together, or we're going to perish separately.
You're right. They don't cover the fact of how many people don't like Biden. All of these chants, every single time one person, even an unknown person who want to be famous, came out against President Trump, they'd get interviews, sit-down interviews. How does he make you feel? Yet you have crowds of people, hundreds of people, thousands of people, tens of thousands of people when you look at President Trump's rallies. People don't like Biden. Do you think, real quick, he's ever going to get the message, or if not him, at least people running for Congress next year and any other state races will?
I think Biden is going to be a disaster to the midterm campaign for Democrats. Number one. Number two is he can't get anybody to show up for him. In Michigan yesterday, he had about a dozen people that the cameras didn't even show. President Trump hasn't been in the White House in now almost 10 months. And he in Alabama, he had over 30,000 people, right? He's going to have tens of thousands of people in Iowa on Saturday to come see him and hear his message of making America great again, because that's what the American people desire. We want to be great. We have an exceptional nation. We have the most exceptional nation in America, in world history. And he holds that truth out there for the American people to do for himself.
He is so loved. And when you look at how hated Biden is, you do realize they were polar opposites. They are polar opposites. And God bless President Trump. We just love him a lot, and everybody misses him. Even people that didn't realize they are now. David, always good to talk to you. And who knows how low Biden's going to go by next time we talk to you, but we'll look forward to seeing you then.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.